All right, hello there. It's another beautiful moment again. I welcome you so much to today's class. It's so awesome. I believe you enjoyed our previous class, and I'm sure you are so excited and you are waiting for the next one. So today, it's another opportunity for us to proceed from where we stopped. My name is Luke Davis from Agape Media, and without wasting time, let us continue with our vector graphics class. Later on, after we are done with vector graphics, as we agreed on before, we said we will be using 2 weeks for vector graphics. Then we shall go ahead and do some raster graphics also for 2 weeks. Some people prefer starting or beginning with raster graphics instead of vector, but I don't know why I've chosen this one. I think maybe because it's because I have realized after only one serious lecture, some people already doing something good. So I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate each and everyone who have finished their assignments and who ended in. Yeah, I have noticed that we are all fast learners. Actually, we did great, amazing designs, and it was really so perfect. So allow me to appreciate you there and then. Now, to those ones who have not yet done your work, please, you are the ones who are delaying us because we don't have any time to waste, and we would like to know the progress. So, because like today, we're supposed to maybe start with the recapping on the things we learned last time, and we do that by looking at the way we performed in assignments. So if at all you don't do the assignments, I want to know the points of weaknesses that you might be facing or you might be having or encountering. But without wasting time, let's leave that and we proceed. So let's start right ahead and create something. So our artboard. Let's create a new artboard. And today, in today's class, I wanted us to do something so amazing. Okay, let me just give it a name like KK. All right. I'm just gonna take any size and what, because I can do that. I can always change that later. Remember, I've always told you, if at all you're doing it for print, you can stick to CMYK mode. But if you're doing it for viewing using devices, always change it to RGB. So I'm just going to go to File, then Document, Color Mode, then change it from CMYK to RGB, because this one I'm not going to print it. I will just design it and share. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, now there's something that someone asked me. Yeah, I keep telling you that whenever you have a question, just inbox. Then if it needs for us to discuss together, we shall always do that. So the person was asking, okay, let me just sample something here. Let me create a background and give it a color. Okay, let me give it a color. Let's say my background is of color green. All right. So I have a green background. And then let's say I have a logo. So let me just look for some logo here. Okay, might take a little longer than I thought, but anyway, let's just get some logo here. Okay. All right. I just need a logo. All right. Let me take this logo. Okay. So I'll just drag it there. Now here we go. So someone was asking. This person wanted to have this logo, but without its white background. He was asking, how do we remove this background here, okay, of this logo? And I tried to explain to him, but I realized we need to discuss this together because it's really important. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I want us to start with that. Let us start from that. We can do this best from Photoshop because this is a photo, this is a logo, it's already designed, so it's a raster, it's a pixel so we can do it best using Photoshop. But even in Illustrator, we don't give up, we can still do it. So how do we do it? I would advise you can scroll up your artboard and take it somewhere. Then you come and bring the logo in an open space and you work on the logo from the open space. Now, I'm going to introduce you to what we call the clipping mask. Okay, that's the newest tool that we're going to learn today. For example, before we reach there, let's use this background of ours. I'm going to just squeeze it a little bit. So, for example, assuming we want to change this shape into a circle. Okay, we have already drawn it. Let's say we have designed something inside it. Let's say, okay, I need something circular. All right. I have this certificate. So let's say I bring this certificate in the middle of that. Let me resize it. These are some of the things we already talked about last time, so I'm not going to repeat it today. So, yep. Now, My desire is to create a round background but with the green out of this square one. So this rectangular one. All right. So just a moment please, just a moment. All right, apologies. Someone was trying to inquire something and it was urgent, so I had to pick it up. Now, I was trying to say I want to create a circular background out of this rectangular background here. So I will come to the rectangular tool here, click on all, and I choose ellipse tool. Then I draw a circle over it. So let's say that is what I want. Let me change its color from green. Let me give it another color like blue, okay? Now, I want to have a shape like that, and I get rid of this extra green that I'm seeing. I want to get rid of it. I can do that by using what we call clip masking. So the shape, the final shape you want to take, you bring it out. We can actually remove its color, it's okay. We can keep the stroke, whether we keep the stroke or not, it's okay, it doesn't matter. So let's just keep the stroke to give us the indication. So you can see this red line, this outer one, is the shape we're going to take. So what we do, we use this shape and we bring it forward. We make sure it's in front. We use right click, then we go to arrange, then we go to bring to front. So this search circle is the one in front, okay? Now, what we do, we just select all this together. After selecting all of them together, then right click, then go to make clipping mask. Make clipping mask. So we shall clip all the shapes according to the circle that we had. Now that is what we call clipping mask. We are going to use it later. Yeah, I wanted to show you that because we're going to apply it here. Now, what if you want to remove this background? Remove all the white. All you have to do is to come to the pen tool. Remember we talked about pen tool. Come to the pen tool, then you come and start drawing around this. I'm going to zoom it a little, okay? After coming to the pen tool, I want you to draw to create a shape for the masks. I will just draw one at the corner here, draw another one there, and draw something like that. All just have to be careful, okay? And make it a regular shape. Make sure it takes the shape of everything that you're seeing. It is easier to do this in Photoshop because it's vector graphics. Sorry, it's raster graphics. But this being a vector graphics, it may take us a little more longer than if you were doing it in Photoshop. So this is it. Just be patient. All we are interested in is drawing a shape, in drawing a what? A shape which takes the shape of the logo, okay? Takes the shape of the elements in the logo. So just okay. So just do that, okay? Just do that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is taking long, but just be patient with me, okay? Because it is not really hard drawing this. Now, if you advance your skills in graphics, you can buy what we call graphics tablet. Graphics tablet, it's like a book. It comes with its pen. So instead of using your mouse to do all this, you just be drawing using its pen. It's like a stylus pen. Yeah, it's a stylus pen. People who use those high-end Samsungs, you know what I'm talking about. So it's something like that, very simple. So ladies and gentlemen, when you're done, you come and now click on the first one here, this first one. Now, there, we can see we have come up with a perfect shape. So there's a shape we have drawn here. Yeah, you can see. We can actually see that, yeah, we have created a shape. So we can use this shape that we have created here. Sorry, we have drawn. We can just recolor it to red. As you can see, we would have recreated this first part of the logo. Ladies and gentlemen, you see how simple it is. Very simple. We would have recreated it. But what if our interest is not recreating it? Let's say our interest, instead of recreating, we want to mask out the white background. Okay, so what we have to do, we shall have to, now since we have a shape, we shall have to use a clipping mask. We'll right click, then go to make clipping mask. So you'll see all the other white will go and we shall remain with only this. Okay, I told you it may not be so perfect. So if you now want to perfect it, you can zoom it. After zooming it, then parts that you don't want, for example here, you always come to the direct selection tool here, then click on that one, then you can use your cursor to move it to where you want it to be. Now that one is too sharp. You can always come to this round tool and make it curved like that. It's now very simple. It's now very simple to just correct it. You can also make this one curved. Okay, so that's it. It's very simple. It's very simple. But I wouldn't advise you to do all this using Illustrator, because it's easier to do it with Photoshop. Just that, because we have not learned Photoshop yet, that's why we might have to do this right now. But later on, as I promised, in the next 2 weeks, we shall be doing pixel, what we call pixel or raster graphics. So we shall be using Photoshop. So I've just showed you how we have been able to recreate that. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see I was able to recreate this. I just don't have time, otherwise we would do this in a very perfect way. So that is what you do briefly. That's what we call clipping masking, or clip masking, sorry. All right, let me just release the clip mask. Okay, I'm done with that. So let us, that's it. That's what someone had asked. I've been trying to explain it. So I hope you have understood. The person who asked that question, hope you have seen something briefly you can always do. Assuming it's a circular one, it's actually easier. There are some with the regular shapes that is easy to do. But if the shape is irregular, that's what becomes hard. It becomes a little bit hard, but you have to be patient, a little bit patient, so that you can do it properly. Now with Photoshop, you can easily do that, assuming we have like this one. This is what I was trying to explain. Let's say we have this logo, and you want to place this logo in a white background. So when you put like this, it looks ugly. So you would rather take this logo in a circular form. So come to this one, draw a circle on top of it. Make sure the circle covers the entire logo. Okay, just let's drag this a little bit. Okay, assuming you are sure now this is the one you want. Okay, then you can just select all of it, then go to right click, then go to make clipping mask. So your logo, which was in a rectangular form, can now take the circular or the oval format, the oval shape. So you can now easily put it in any document that in any poster or any graphics infographic that you're designing. So basically, that is what we call clipping masking. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, let us go straight to what I had prepared for us to discuss today. In today's class, I wanted us to do some simple poster. Okay, and in this simple poster, I wanted us to do a campaign poster. Okay, there are a few things I want us to learn from there, and so let me just go ahead and create a new I want to create a new artboard, because this one is not the one I want. So I'll just go to File, the New, then I go to Artboard. This time around, let me take Portrait, and let me call this Woman MP. Woman MP. So assuming I'm designing a poster for some woman MP, and this poster is supposed to be an A4, I'll just go ahead and click OK. Then let me change the color mode to RGB. Now, when you're designing a poster, I always advise you use two softwares. If you want to use Illustrator, make sure you also have Photoshop somewhere, and work or edit this photo using Photoshop, like make the person a little browner, this face having more light, color balance, skin toning and all that, and even background removal. Do all those things from Photoshop. Then you just bring the final photo when you've already designed it, so you have already edited it using Photoshop, then you bring it to Illustrator. So what I'm going to do is also bring mine. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to use a photo of this lady. Okay, so I'll just drag and drop. Yeah, now assuming this is the woman MP. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and scale this. Let me scale it a little bit. Let me make it smaller. Yeah, no, I think that's too much. Yep. No, not really. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Now, every white part you're seeing here, all this entire whiteboard, just imagine that's the size of the poster. So it means we don't have to leave any part. So assuming the background of this poster is going to be a light blue, let's assume this lady maybe is that FDC? Yeah, something like that. So means even the white background, we have to change it to this color. So how do we do that? I chose this photo specifically because I wanted us to learn how we can always do that. So what we are going to do is to draw a rectangle in the background. Okay, we draw the rectangle. And we give this rectangle a color, for example, this color, which resembles the one we want, but we send it to the back. So right click, go to arrange, then send to back. So now you still notice there's a difference between the color in front here, the first background and the second background, but yet we want to have a uniform color. So what do? This first one here, we cannot change it because it came with the photo. So means we brought our photo with the background already, but when you're bringing your photo, you bring it with the background that you want and make sure the background is big, or you bring it without a background. So we shall be learning that in the next 1 week when we reach raster graphics. But for now, we can correct that mistake by changing the color of the other first background. So we click that one, then we come to this drop cap, the fill color. Then under this color, we can see the value. The value of this color, C is the 8, M is 10, like that. But we want to change it to come to this one here, because if we even try the next one, we realize it's even more different. So we can always play around with this one. We adjust a little bit. So what we do, we double click inside that color. When we double click, it will open for us what we are seeing here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if it opens you this, it means you can edit or change the other color when you're seeing, while you're seeing it. So make sure you just select or tick preview. It means any change you adjust from here, it will show. So let's try to analyze. Which one should we add? What makes between R, G and B? Which one should we adjust so that it can make the background color, background 1 to be close to background 2? So I think I would adjust this a little bit. Okay. I hope it's not just going farther away. Then I also would do that. No, that's too much. Let me try that. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see it's coming, okay? All right. We are almost there. Then I will also adjust this one down. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. How about the one up? Okay. That's again too much. Let me try again, before and after. That's again too much. Let's try. Almost there. So let me try that one. Before and after. No, that's too much. Let me bring it. This is before. This is after. That is too much. Too much. We are working with this. Come on. Right, let's keep playing around with these colors and we see which side we should adjust it. I think maybe we should play with the one down. It feels too much. Okay. Alright, we are almost there. It's just something small remaining, like really small remaining. It's very small remaining and we shall be there. Very small. Okay, we realized we're almost there, so we can always try that. Let's try that. Okay. All right. Just a moment. All right. My sincere apologies for that. Anyway, you just keep adjusting and playing around with those. Okay. I think I've almost got it. Yeah, almost there. So that's all we have to do. And now if you see carefully, you may realize there is a very small difference now. I have got it. Finally, it is all the same now. So that is it. I'll just go ahead and hit OK. So if you're seeing it, you will not even recognize any difference, but yet there's this background and then there's that background, but they all look the same because we have tried to approximate the other colors with this one. So that is it. So let us go ahead. Now we realize that this person is so much up there, so we can bring the person a little bit down. Okay, because we want to bring it down. Yeah, let's say like that. Okay. Now, we said we're making a campaign poster for this. This lady is called Winnie. So let's go ahead and write the name Winnie for MP, woman MP, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So we're going to write the name. So let me just go to text tool, type tool rather, then use that. Let me type the name. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go to character, then use my favorite character type or font style rather. Let me try Metropolis. Yeah, I told you last time to download these fonts, please. Unless if you want me again to send for you, that is so bad. If again you want me to send for you in a group, but it's good to go ahead and download these fonts. The ones that comes with your laptop. It's actually with your Windows rather. It's not so good. So let me assume. Let me bring this to another line. So I'm just going to make the word Aletiro being the common name. I'll make it very big. Let me change it to white, and so that everyone can read. Okay. I'll do something like that. Then I'll make this one small. Okay. I'll make just this one a little bit small so that it doesn't occupy a lot of space. Just a moment. All right, sorry about that, apologies. So I was saying this one here down, we are going to make the name Winnie. I will just change it and make it a little bit smaller, but not too small like the way it has come. So let me just use maybe 24. Okay, let me delete it. I'm sorry, I've deleted it so that I can put it on another document. Sorry. So I'll have this first word alone, then I will use the type tool again and type the name, the second name, Winnie. All right, then I'll just drag it and put it where I want it to be now. Okay. Since it's not a very common name, I can make it small. Okay. The most common name is the one I'm going to make it big because of space. So okay, let me go ahead and reduce this person also. Let me scale it down. I hope we are moving together, ladies and gentlemen. This is very beautiful, and it's bad if I'm doing this alone. So I know you're not following, sorry, you're watching just for now, and you will do it later, but that is how beautiful it is. So I can change this color. You can always play around with the colors, but depending also on the color for the client, because I may decide to use yellow and find this client of mine, it's yellow like nothing. So that would be real trouble. Okay, so always don't do that. Take the color that your client likes. If the client has given you some colors, for example, I want you to use this color, use it. But if the client did not give you, you can always play around and get your best color, the one that matches. That's the one you use. So I can choose something like I don't know whether that can work. Okay, let me just try this. I'm assuming this client would like this color, so I'll just go with this. So I'll do that. I can drag this a little bit up. Then I can write the word vote. I think vote, I can write it this. So we go to type tool, then we go to vertical type tool. That's how I want to do it. Then I will write VOTE. Yeah, do that one. I can change the color to any, which is okay. Let me try white. Not so good, but black is also okay according to this design. Now this is not pure black, so I'll click on it and use these settings and adjust to real black. Okay, yeah, like that one. So I can just have this word vote. If it's big, I can change the size to any I want. Can do that. Can, assuming this client add a logo, can look for the logo for the client. Let me see, any logo. I'm just thinking of any logo. Let me say like okay. Sorry, DJ Caleb, I know you're seeing this, or if you're seeing it, sorry for using your logo. Now assuming this client, the emblem or the symbol for our campaign is DJ Caleb, but I would like to change it into a circular form. So I will go and do what we did before, that is masking. So I will draw a circle in here where I want it, and I will just adjust the width or the sides of the circle. Let me remove the color so that I can see what I'm drawing. Good. I can adjust it a little more up here. Okay. So after that, I select it together, then right click, go to make clipping mask. So I can now resize this. When you make a clipping mask, it groups it automatically. Those two are grouped automatically. So I can resize it since it's the emblem or symbol for this client. So I'll just drag it to the position I want. I'm just assuming that is the symbol. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it's going on well there. I know it's going to be a long video for you to watch and follow from the beginning to the end, but you can always pause and continue later. So you can see I am almost done with up here. Please forgive me for the choice of colors. I know we all have different tastes of different colors, but you can go ahead and try. But I would advise whenever you're doing a poster, try to use a white background. Now this photo was designed not for a poster. That's why I had used this background. It wasn't for a poster. But for now, let's use it for learning purpose. Now we want to draw maybe some curve object here. You know, something down here so that we can write the word for woman MP of this and this constituency, 2020 word, blah blah blah. I think we can even write the word 2020 something here. Let's write let's say 2021 to 2026, just assuming she already contested and she failed. All right, let's move on. So I'll just do that. I can change the color. Let me try white. Now, one thing I should let you know, with designing, you don't use very many colors. When you're designing a poster, try to use at least 3 colors, 3 major colors. Others, if the colors are too many, it will lose meaning. So try to use few colors. So let me change actually this to black, because we have already used black, so I can repeat the black. I don't want to use very many colors. All right, now that is it. I want to go ahead and create that curved point here. Okay, that's this curve. Yeah, that's what I want to create. So now the question is, how am I going to get my curve? Because when I check under shapes here, I only have a rectangle, I have a rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, blah 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 blah. But I can get my curve from a rectangle. So what I have to do is to first draw the rectangle. Okay, so down here I want it to be flat, so I will take it like that. But what should be the color, people? Should we take this color? Yes, it's okay. We make the rules. In designing, we make the rules. So we can just take that color. So we are going to take that color, and now our work is to create a curve on top up here, because down here we are already okay. So remember how to create the curve. We said we go to direct selection tool so that we can see these different anchor points. So we are going to play around with the 2 anchor points, but before we play around, we need to add more anchor points on this line. So you go to the pen tool, click and hold so that you can open this option. So you go to add anchor point tool, so you can add one more anchor point here, one more there, another one there, another one there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the direct selection tool, then we click one of them. We want to create a curve, so we can scroll it down. We can just click and drag it, or you can click onto it, select, then you use your keyboard, that arrow that points up. We can use that one. Okay, let me take this. We want to make a curve. What kind of curve? I think we should take a curve like that. Now this is the shape of the curve I want to take, but this, to be a curve, it should not change direction just instantly, like tap like that. I can make it gradual. So we say you select that, then you come up here. From converting from a corner, we want to change it into a smooth one. So we click on smooth. Now you can see it has changed into a smooth one. We also select this one, change it into a smooth one, select that one, change it into a smooth one, select this one, smooth, this one also smooth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come up with a curve, but the curve is not yet so good, so we can still play around with it. We can select that one. Once we select that, we can take it a little bit up so that it's a little more smooth, and also we can select the second one here, play around with it. Okay, we can always play around with this. Okay, we can just drag this a little bit. So we can always play around with these tools and make sure we get the right curve, the curves that we want. Okay, so I'm going to assume I'm down there, but I don't want to waste a lot of time. So basically that is it. Now that you're done with this is your curve. Now you can go ahead and write. Let me say for woman MP. Let me make that one word. Okay, can put it there. Let me try white. I don't know whether white works. Yeah, I can make the size bigger. There. For woman MP, Maracha district. Good. I don't know the spelling of Maracha, whatever it is. Maracha. I'm assuming like that. Go back here, drag it back. I can change the font style always, or I can keep it there, just change the size. Okay, make sure it's big enough that people can see it. Yeah, I want the people of that place to see their leader. Also, I can put this in 2 lines, then center line it so that I can bring it here and make the characters bigger. Can always do that. Since the word for is not so important, I can make it smaller than the other one. Okay, can make it smaller. I can change the spacing also. Let me try 24. Sorry, let me highlight everything and change the spacing. 24. No, it's too small, so I can just there is it. There we go. Can make also this one white. Sorry, I do it from here. Now white is not coming. Let me try black. Now, so I'm showing you this. You have to be very careful with color choice when you're choosing color. Even if the client has told you, "Me, I want this one here," please be careful. You may choose it and you'll have a mess, like really bad. It will not come, and you know this very client will again be the one on your neck, be like, "Hey, you've spoiled my work. Now I can't see it. It's not nice." So you always want to have the right colors. You always want to have the right colors. That will save you the hassle. It will save you the trouble. When you have right colors, trust me, your design will really look neat and interesting. So let me change this back to this. So we can have something like this. Okay, let me try just different colors, see how it fits. That's better. So you can change the colors the way you want, but have in your mind that different clients always want different colors, and you'll have to obey. As a designer, no matter how nice your design is, if your client says, "This is not my color," you'll have to change. That is how fun it is. You'll always have to change. That's it. You take that the interest of the clients come first, always. So I can change this back to, was it here? Yeah. So we can add their quotes, you know, those politicians with their quotes, for peace, unity and development. I'm just assuming, please. Development. Yeah, so there we go. Can just change the font of this one. I normally like using monotype. That one is good for that. Let me change it to white and see how white fits in there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I am done designing a poster for an MP, for a woman MP. But I told you, be careful with the choice of colors. Me, I'm not convinced with these colors. I mean, it's not so appealing. So assuming this person had told me, you know what, you use your own colors, I would make the background white, because white background can attract any colors here. But if you use a blue background like this, you're already limited. You cannot use any other, very many other colors. So ladies and gentlemen, you can always do that. Now, let's assume, I want to introduce you to another thing. In the process of designing, you realize, this shape here is coming out like that. it has come out from this side, it has come out from the other side, and you don't want to squeeze it back. So don't worry, you first finish all your design up to the last moment. Then again, you use the other same thing we talked about, that's the clipping mask. So you come back here, then you draw a rectangle over the entire work where you want only. The ones you don't want, leave it out. Since we want to see what we are doing, we can always remove this color and we have no color, but we just have this shape drawn at the edge. After it is drawn, we select everything. We can click here and drag it all over, or another option is to click Ctrl A. The reason why I'm emphasizing you just click and drag, because you can use it in a point where there are some things out there you want to you don't want to include, so you'll always leave them out. So you can just right click, then you go to make clipping mask, then the other one will disappear. So ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully designed a campaign poster for the woman MP of Maracha district in a few minutes. So you can also do this, you can also do that. So today we have introduced just something small, but we are playing around with the most of the things that we have been introducing or we had talked about before. So I'm not going to give you an assignment, okay, because some of us have not yet done the work, but I'm going to task you to go ahead and practice. Please try to do this. I've loved about 2 or 3 of us here, our members. They went ahead and started recreating very many different logos, and trust me, these people are very much ahead of us right now. Now that is how it is. We learn by doing. If you don't practice, you will not learn. Definitely you will remain in the same position and you'll be like, it was a waste of time. So I'm going to request you today, we don't have an assignment, but go ahead and practice. Go ahead and try to design by yourself. If you get stuck, you can always inbox me. You can send what you've done to me and we correct. Remember, when we give an assignment, we mark. So that one will account, it will contribute towards your final performance. But if we have not given an assignment, you can always just practice, okay? Something we have forgotten. What if we can add, that ticked box? We can always put that. So, but we cannot work on this now because we have already created a clipping mask. So ladies and gentlemen, what we have to do is to first remove, we undo, so we release the clipping mask, we click on it, we release it, we are going to come back to it. So let's first click that tick, we make that tick. So let us start with the box. We can draw the box where they put the tick. So let me make it big, okay, and I'm going to make it what should be the color. Let's try this, let's try that. So I'll just go ahead and increase the weight. Yes, that is it. Now I want to draw a tick. How do we draw a tick? This is very interesting. So let us learn how to draw a tick together. I'm going to draw a tick from, I can start from scratch or I can start from letter V. I think it's simpler to draw it from letter V. So I'll just go ahead and type letter V and change the font style to any decent font. For example, I'm not seeing decent ones. Let me take Arial black. So this is it. Let me increase the font size so that you can see well. I can always reduce this at the end, remember? Okay, now this is letter V. Let me just drag it here because I don't care how it will look. So I want to change this letter V into a tick. So how do you do that? When you use direct selection, it will show only one anchor point like this. But what we have to do is to convert this V, you create its outlines. So you right click and create outlines. Once you create outlines, it will have many anchor points. So now you can go to direct selection tool and click this anchor point. We said we want to make a tick, so just click this, drag it here. Very simple. And maybe this one, drag it somewhere here. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you tell me that you cannot do this. This is very, very interesting. So you can see I'm almost done with making a tick. So I can add one more there, one more anchor point. I can add it here so that I can drag it down. Can drag this one this side. So here we go. I have my tick ready. I have it ready. So that is how simple it is. Now I can resize it. I can go back to this selection tool, then resize it by going to transform, then scale, then make it smaller. I can continue doing that by pressing Ctrl D. Then I bring it to my there. I can group these two, and then after grouping, I can always transform it, rescale it, bring it, make it smaller. That is it. If I'm too fast, please just try to follow this video again. So ladies and gentlemen, you see, very simple. It didn't take me a lot of time, and I'm done. Or you can just make it more interesting by making the box smaller. Let us ungroup it. We right click, then ungroup, so that we edit only the box. Can make the box smaller, so that actually the box takes only part of the other one. And we can make the weight less. Yeah, we can do that. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see what we have come up with. Okay, we can always do that, or we can even remove and we remain with this. So we can I even make it more artistic by removing letter V. We delete letter V and we remain with the OTE. Then instead of writing letter V, we bring our tick to make it more artistic. So it will be like vote, but the V is a tick somehow, you know. So we can zoom this and we adjust it and make it better. Okay, so we want to make it more V and tick at the same time. So we can always come back to the direct selection tool, then we click on these edges and we can adjust this. We can take this a little bit higher so that it also resembles letter V. Okay, so we can also drag this. Can also drag this. We can add one more anchor point somewhere here, so that whenever we change this one up, it doesn't affect that one. I'm just going to scale it down. So something like that. I don't have a lot of time to waste, but otherwise we would edit it further and further and further the way we want, but we do not have a lot of time to waste, so let us just stick with that. Let's just stick with that, something like that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I can bring it a little bit more up. So let me go back there and I can bring it more up so that I can also bring this one up. Now, when you're doing your practice, you have all the time, so make sure you design a better one. I can go ahead and do the other thing of clipping mask. Now, you remember, if we try to select it and we clip mask, I want you to observe what is going to happen. We just select and we say make clipping mask. You will see it is only the tick that will come. You know why? Because it's the tick which is up in front. So we undo. We said the object that you're going to use for clipping masking, which is this rectangle, should be in front. So always right click and make sure you arrange it to arrange, bring to front. After that, you can select all. Then you can make clipping mask. So I'm done with my poster. This poster is ready for printing and I can now share it with the owner and I get paid. Now during time for elections, I was doing posters, soft copy designing for these politicians. I was charging 50,000 Ugandan shillings. Whether it's LC1 or what, my price was fixed 50,000 Ugandan shillings. And they were supposed to have photos which are already edited. So my work was just to design a poster. And I could do that in 20 minutes. So meaning if I design for 10 people in a day, 10 aspirants, 10 times 50, that is 500,000 in a day. And I was using approximately 30 minutes. So 30 times 10, that is the okay, 30 times 10, I think it's 300. 300 minutes, when you bring it to hours, it's like a few hours, like 5 hours. So in 5 hours, I was making 500,000 shillings. So you can see how simple and interesting it is. So I want you to go ahead and try to recreate this, try to design this afresh. Use a different photo, use your own photo. You can, if you don't have a photo to use, I can share with you one of my photos that I've already removed the background, so that you can just go ahead and design. We're going to learn how to edit those photos basically in Photoshop. So for today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like us to end here. It's been a long class, and I know some of us are feeling already exhausted to follow for 45 minutes. Wow, that is really a long one. But thank you so much for keeping it locked, keeping it tuned in, and we are going to meet again in our next class that will be on Wednesday. Thank you so much for attending. Just a reminder, if at all you haven't submitted your assignment, the previous assignment, please make sure you do so. Submit it, and so that we can have your marks graded. Thank you so much. My name is Luke Davis from Agape Media. Have the best of your weekend. See you on Wednesday.